Meet Dorian Yates, the man who defied conventional wisdom to become a 6-time Mr. Olympia champion. While most bodybuilders spent hours in the gym every day, Dorian only trained 3 times a week. His secret? A training method that delivered maximum results in the shortest amount of time. Dive into the story of the mass monster who shattered expectations and changed the face of bodybuilding forever.
In professional bodybuilding circles, when I was competing, I was known as the game changer. That was because I brought a new level of muscularity, size and condition to professional bodybuilding. And I did that by training average 45 minutes, 4 times a week, where many of my competitors were training 2 or 3 hours a day, around 6 days a week.
Dorian Yates is a name that stands out in the world of bodybuilding. He is a legend who dominated the sport from 1992 to 1997. But who is he, and how did he become one of the most celebrated bodybuilders of all time? Let's take a look. Dorian's early career was marked by an incredible level of dedication to his craft. He wasn't just interested in being a good bodybuilder, he wanted to be the biggest and most muscular man on the planet. To achieve this goal, he committed to a life of self-imposed isolation, often described as monkish. He lived and breathed bodybuilding, sacrificing many things in his life to focus solely on his training. This intense dedication wasn't without reason. Dorian was determined to be the best, and he worked relentlessly towards his goal. He put in the hours, he pushed his limits, and he stuck to a strict regimen. The results were evident as he quickly became one of the most formidable competitors in bodybuilding. Dorian's commitment to the sport was evident not only in his physique, but also in his approach to training and competition. He was known for his focused and solitary training sessions, often working out alone and away from the public eye. This tendency to keep to himself earned him the nickname The Shadow. Like a shadow, he was often unseen, quietly working in the background, only to emerge on the competition stage and showcase his incredible progress. But how did he actually train? And what training protocols did he follow? Most competitive bodybuilders train 6 or 7 times a week, but Dorian did not believe in this approach. Dorian achieved his goals by adopting a different training regimen called HIIT training.
I've been practicing HIIT pretty much since I started lifting, which is around 20 years, and I'm nearly 60 now, so almost 40 years I've been using.
High-intensity training, known as HIIT, is a type of strength training that focuses on short, intense workouts. It was created by Arthur Jones, a man who believed that the most effective way to build muscle was by working hard in short bursts rather than through long, drawn-out workouts. In the 1970s and 1980s, bodybuilding workouts were characterized by lengthy sessions with multiple sets of each exercise. But HIIT was the opposite. It was about maximum effort in a short period. HIIT had a moment of popularity when it was first introduced, but over time, the excitement around it dwindled. The long, multi-set workouts continued to be the norm in bodybuilding circles, until Mike Mentzer arrived on the scene. Mike Mentzer was a legendary bodybuilder known for his incredible physique and sharp mind. He was also a firm believer in high-intensity training-style workouts. Mike preached the HIIT style of training, which is based on doing fewer sets but with maximum intensity. He called his training style heavy-duty training. Mike's heavy-duty training was different from the popular workout methods of his time. In the 1970s and 1980s, many bodybuilders were doing long workouts with lots of sets and repetitions. Mike believed that this was not the most efficient way to build muscle. He believed that you could achieve better results with shorter and more intense workouts. Mike's approach to training was not only based on his personal experiences, but also on scientific principles. He studied the science of muscle growth and believed that intense workouts were the key to stimulating muscle growth. He argued that you should push your muscles to their limits in each workout to get the best results. In fact, it was Mike Mentzer that introduced Dorian Yates to this type of training style.
I learned the method really from reading books by Arthur Jones, and then there was Mike Mentzer, who was Mr. Universe, who kind of was using the methods as well. And I took the principles which already existed and refined them by studying on myself.
Dorian has said in interviews that this type of workout worked best for him. Yates was not an ordinary bodybuilder. He was always looking for ways to improve and push himself to the limits. When he came across HIIT, he realized it was the perfect training style for him. He was a big believer in quality over quantity, and HIIT fit that philosophy perfectly. Yates's approach to HIIT was unique. Most bodybuilders of his era were doing multiple sets for each exercise. In contrast, Yates preferred doing just 1 or 2 sets, but taking them to absolute failure. By absolute failure, he meant working the muscle until it could not do another repetition with proper form. This was a level of intensity few could understand, let alone achieve. But Yates thrived on it.
So the first pillar of the HIIT training is the intensity of the training.
Yates's version of HIIT was grueling. He would push himself to the absolute limits on every set. He would start with a heavy weight and do as many repetitions as he could until he couldn't do anymore. Then, instead of stopping, he would reduce the weight and keep going. He would repeat this process, dropping the weight and continuing the set until he had nothing left in the tank. It was a level of effort that was both awe-inspiring and terrifying to watch. One of the essential principles of Yates's HIIT training was the focus on rest. Instead of working out every day, he would work out 3 to 4 times a week, allowing his body to recover from the intense workouts.
Muscle growth is an adaptation to a stress. So you put an unusual stress on your body, in this case on the muscular system, in order to get a reaction. So the analogy is, let's say you have some sandpaper and you rub it on your palm until you break the skin and it's red and it's bleeding a little bit. If you allow that enough time for that to recover, then the skin in the end will be a little thicker, a little harder. You'll get calluses on your hand, like I have from lifting all the weights over the years. But let's say that you didn't allow enough time. First of all, the intensity, the stress needs to be adequate in order to cause a reaction, so you need to damage the skin a little bit. But let's say it's a little red and bleeding and you don't quite allow enough time for recovery for that to heal, and you rub it again, you're really not going to get anywhere, you're just going to get some sore hands. So it's very simplistic, but it gets the point across.
Yates also believed in progressive overload, which means increasing the weight or resistance in each workout to continue challenging the muscles. He would meticulously track his workouts, recording the weights used, repetitions performed, and any other details that would help him measure his progress. This dedication to tracking his progress was a significant factor in his success. Here's what a typical leg workout looked like at the start of his pro career, according to his book, A Portrait of Dorian Yates. Though his style didn't often call for sets of 15, he wrote that his thighs responded well to the high rep counts here. Leg extension, 3 times 12 to 15 reps. Barbell squat, 2 times 12 to 15 reps. Leg press, 2 times 12, 15 reps. Leg curl, 2 times 8 to 12 reps. Standing calf raise, 2 times 8 to 10 reps. The first set for each exercise was a warm-up, followed by 1 to 2 all-out sets of the exercise. Each set finished when Yates went to failure, but he often used 1 or 2 forced reps with a training partner present. So, for example, a set of 12 could include 2 forced reps at the end. Due to the relatively low volume of his routines, Yates said he would only spend around 50 minutes in the gym. Although Dorian's leg workouts are legendary, he is best known for his huge back. This is what his back workout looked like when training for Mr. Olympia. Yates relied heavily on machines to assault his back from different angles and safely push past the point of muscular failure. If you don't have access to these machines in your own gym, you'll have to make some substitutions. Hammer strength. Pull down, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps. Barbell row, 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Hammer strength, single arm row, 1 set of 8-10 reps. Seated cable row, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps. Machine rear delt, fly, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps. Bent over dumbbell rear fly, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps. Back hyperextension, 1 set of 10 to 12 reps. Deadlift, 1 set of 8 reps. This is what built his huge back that won him 6 Mr. Olympia trophies. Yates's approach to HIIT was not just about the physical aspect of training. He also believed in the power of the mind. He often spoke about the importance of focus and intensity in the gym. He would visualize his muscles growing as he lifted the weights, creating a strong mind-muscle connection. This mental focus helped him push through the pain and achieve incredible results. The results of Yates's HIIT training were undeniable. He built a physique that was unlike anything seen before in the bodybuilding world. His muscles were dense, thick, and incredibly defined. It was clear that his unique approach to training was working, and as he continued to win competition after competition, people began to take notice. Yates's success brought HIIT back into the spotlight. Bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts began to explore this training style, looking to replicate Yates's results. HIIT experienced a resurgence in popularity, and it was all thanks to the hard work and dedication of Dorian Yates. Yates's impact on the world of bodybuilding was profound. He not only won 6 Mr. Olympia titles, but he also revolutionized the way people trained. He showed that it was possible to achieve incredible results with short, intense workouts. He proved that quality was more important than quantity when it came to training, and he demonstrated that with the right level of intensity and focus, anything was possible. The HIIT training protocol worked so well for Dorian Yates that he ushered in a new bodybuilding era. The bodybuilding world witnessed a shift in aesthetics towards a more muscular and massive look. This new era, often called the mass monster era, was characterized by extreme muscularity and leanness. Yates showcased this new aesthetic at the 1992 Mr. Olympia competition, where he unveiled a physique that was bigger and leaner than anything seen before. Yates's physique at the 1992 Mr. Olympia was a game changer. He displayed a level of muscularity and definition that was unprecedented. His massive size and detailed muscles set a new standard for bodybuilding, and he became a figurehead for the mass monster era. However, the mass monster look was not without its controversies. While some fans of bodybuilding were impressed by the sheer size and muscularity of these new physiques, others felt that the emphasis on mass was overshadowing other important aspects of bodybuilding, such as symmetry and proportion. The debate about the ideal bodybuilding aesthetic continues to this day. One of the most vocal critics of the mass monster look was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold, who was known for his aesthetic and balanced physique, expressed his concerns about the direction bodybuilding was heading. He felt that the emphasis on mass was detracting from the artistry of bodybuilding, and that the sport was becoming more about size than aesthetics. Love him or hate him, Dorian Yates' impact on bodybuilding is unquestionable. We think he's an absolute legend of the game. So what are your thoughts on Dorian Yates? Let us know. And if you liked the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Legendary Bodybuilders. Also, make sure you watch the video on Mike Mentzer, the bodybuilder that introduced Dorian Yates to his training philosophy. Until next time.